Hi, it's Travis White with the Persuasive Communication Tip of the Week. In 1997, my wife and I were invited to meet Bill and Hillary Clinton. It was an opportunity to shake hands with and have our pictures taken with the President of the United States and the First Lady. As you can imagine, there was a lot of security, and we didn't have a whole lot of time for chit-chat. So I walked up, shook hands with Bill, and said, "Hi, I'm Travis White. Welcome to Colorado." Bill took my hand, good firm handshake, engaged with eye contact, and said, "Well, hello, Travis. Thank you for joining us today." I then turned to Hillary Clinton. She was also very gracious, but I noticed she didn't say my name. Then we walked off. Now, what I've read about Bill and Hill, as I like to call them now, is that they're both very talented, both very intelligent, both very dedicated, but that Bill is the better politician because he has the human touch. And touch is what I want to talk about in today's video. Touching. And we'll often say when we hear a speech or when we have a conversation with a friend, we might say, "Your words touched me deeply," or "That was a very touching speech," or "a very touching thing you did." We often think of that metaphorically, but there's a literal dimension to it as well. So as you're thinking about your audience, as you approach your audience, if you can literally, physically touch them, you're going to be a more persuasive communicator. So there's often that awkward moment when you're introduced or before you begin the presentation, when you meet your audience. Should you shake hands with them? Should you interact with them or not? The answer is yes, you should. And in our culture, it typically means you should shake hands, you should make eye contact, and you should learn and repeat the person's name, just like Bill Clinton did. Now, sometimes I find I'm a little hard of hearing and I may not hear the name. And I used to feel a little bit awkward about saying, I didn't quite hear your name. Could you repeat it for me? But what I've found is that people really appreciate the fact that I'm trying to get their name right. So rather than being awkward and a disadvantage, it's actually an advantage. And I've found that when I do shake hands, when I do make that connection, when I do make the eye contact and repeat the person's name, that I am then more persuasive in my communication. So it's something I think politicians understand intuitively. That's why they're always shaking hands with people. It's certainly something that Bill Clinton understands. So take a tip from Bill. Shake hands, make the eye contact, repeat the person's name. That's the Persuasive Communication Tip of the Week. See you again next week.